Hello fellow hackermans. Today we'll be doing TryHackMe's RootMe CTF. The enumeration phase of this machine is guided, so you can use that to point you in the right direction. I've already opened it up in the browser here, run an Nmap scan, GoBuster scan. We came across two interesting directories, both panel and uploads. Panel brings us to some sort of actual upload screen. We can upload a file here. Close out of that for a moment. And then this brings us to an actual upload directory. So what we'll be doing today is getting a reverse shell. I'm going to show you two different ways to go about it. The first one I'll show you is we're going to get a web shell, and then we're going to use that to get a reverse shell. And the second one is going to be a more streamlined variant where we just use a PHP reverse shell right from the start. So what we're going to do is take a look at a web shell. Short and sweet, straight to the point. This system here is used for executing a system command and immediately displaying the output. Generally that's going to be text, but there are other ones you can use. We're not really going to go over PHP too much. It is the most common language used in web development though, so at the very least it may be something worth looking into on your own time. So let's play around with this a bit. Upload our WebMe in. And unfortunately I don't speak Portuguese, but red bad, green good. One way we can get around this is changing this to PHP 5. And then we can upload WebMe in. Green good, green good. We have a directory here for uploads we can check, and we see that WebMe in is there. We can click on this, oh, it brings us up to here. Now, this is how we begin actually using our web shell. Remember that we were issuing it a system command. So we utilize this by a question mark, then it's cmd equals, and then whatever command we want it to be. Who am I, for example, gives us dub data. Are you really surprised to see that at this point? So we could play around with this a little bit more, but what I'm going to do now is kind of jump forward, see if it'll let us execute Python. And it does. So from here, we can pull up our little reverse shell cheat sheet. And we can pop that in and make sure that you set the correct information. And don't forget to bring up your listener. And then we run it. We've obtained, words are hard, a web shell, or a reverse shell, from our web shell. And this is neat, but now we're going to break it. And we're going to go in through the PHP reverse shell just to show you how that's done. I have it already open here. This will be linked in the description as well, and I've already changed the values in mine to be correct. Right here, make sure your port and IP is correct. We'll just set up our listener again preemptively. Close uploads there, and this time we're going to be, I'll show you it really quick. It's the same one that I just showed you. But now it's color coded. And I've already changed it to PHP 5. So we'll be able to upload that just fine. It uploaded. Let's go to the uploads page. We see it's here. Alright, and now this time, it immediately gets us there. So let's start looking for our first flag. We know that it's user.txt because TryHackMe tells us that, so we can look for user.txt, Alright, we found it in var. So let's cd to var, cd to dub, and then cat r user .txt. Okay, so now we want to find our root flag. TryHackMe tells us to utilize this command. But you can see how this quickly gets out of hand. This would be a little bit difficult for us to grasp. So we probably want to curate this list a little bit more to make it just a little bit easier on us. And now it's just a little bit easier to navigate, and we can kind of see what we are meant to see to actually progress. Some of these are pretty interesting, one might say. So what could we do with this information? Since TryHackMe is sort of leading us towards what we needed to do, it gets a little bit easier in this regard. We do know it had to do with SUID, and we saw that Python was pretty interesting. So we can go down here to the Python section and simply copy. And we'll see that it's actually running it here. So we're going to actually want to be in that directory. Let's be a little bit smarter about it this time around, huh? We know that Python should be in here. Multiple variations of it. And let's paste. And immediately, we're root. As simple as that. And we have our root flag.